Good morning, friends, and welcome to our Monday morning 30 minutes in practice. It's a big day in America, I guess, with Inauguration Day going on. And here in Vietnam, it is people are winding up for the Lunar New Year. So it's busy at home and busy here in Vietnam where I'm living. But I'm grateful you took the opportunity to join with me today for a little sitting, a little meditation, a little chanting. And so without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with our liturgy. As I mentioned to you at our last meeting, our liturgy can be found at www.onedharmazen.org. And there is a link at the top that says, a button at the top that says liturgy and a button at the bottom for the same link. And that'll open up in a new window with our liturgy on it like I shared for the past several months. But I just leave that there for you to follow along if you wish to. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started. I pay homage to the Blessed One, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. I pay homage to the Blessed One, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. I pay homage to the Blessed One, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. And now for the three refuges. I take refuge in the Buddha. May all sentient beings understand the great way profoundly and bring forth the Bodhi mind. I take refuge in the Dharma. May all sentient beings deeply enter the sutra treasury and have wisdom vast as the sea. I take refuge in the Sangha. May all sentient beings form together a great assembly, one and all in harmony. And now we will do the Bodhicitta prayer. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening. For the benefit of all sentient beings, as long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. And now for the 6 paramitas, or the 6 perfections. As bodhisattvas, we seek to practice generosity, discipline, patience, exertion, meditation, and wisdom. Okay, so we'll begin our 15 minutes of silent meditation at this time. Okay, thank you for joining me for that seated meditation, or silent meditation, I should say. And it occurred to me right after we got started that I forgot to mention that today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day in America, or in some states they call it Civil Rights Day. But it's the day we celebrate the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. And the impact he had on the civil rights movement in America. And so for many people, it's a day of service. So I don't know how that's going to work in America with the inauguration going on today, but hopefully in people's communities, they are looking for ways that they can give service to the community. That is the Bodhisattva way, and that's what we would encourage everyone to do, is find a way to be of service to your fellow man. Okay, so without further ado, again, we will turn in our liturgy to the sutra on the insight that brings us to the other shore, or the Heart Sutra, as we will be chanting. So I encourage you to turn to that with me now, and we'll get started with that.
The insight that brings us to the other shore.
Being, the end of ill being.
Well, I was muted, wasn't I? I'm saying thank you, folks. I really appreciate you participating in that with me. Eventually, we will learn it well enough. We won't need the accompaniment, but I really like the accompaniment, and it is beautiful to both practice along with the accompaniment and listen to it as well. With that, we will do the next part of our liturgy. We will do the 4 great vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to save them all. Delusions are endless. We vow to cut through them all. The teachings are infinite. We vow to learn them all. The Buddha way is inconceivable. We vow to attain it. Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by, and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature. Do not squander your time by night or day. Again, thank you, friends, for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and we will meet tonight for our 1-hour Monday service, and I look forward to seeing you. So we'll see you tonight at about 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time, we will meet for our 1-hour service. So I'll see you all then. May you all be well and happy. Bye-bye.